Janet Yellen blames Americans splurging, not the government, but Americans splurging for high inflation. Ooh. Now, she was asked to explain how inflation got to be what it was. How is inflation? And in the video, she says that because Colbert was saying, well, 2 years ago, everything seemed fine. And he said, what happened? She goes, well, we had rapid recovery from the pandemic. And the pandemic had special impacts on the economy, she said in the clip. And she said, remember, everyone stopped spending on services. And she said, instead, people spent more money on grills and technology than because they were working from home. She says, and then they wanted to splurge on goods. She said, and that all led to supply chain bottlenecks. She blamed everything on the taxpayer. It wasn't the restrictions or regulations. Yeah, if you have this, listen to this. Play this, Kane, if we have this.
We had a rapid recovery from the pandemic. When President Biden was elected, unemployment was quite high. It was close to 7%. And we put policies in place that generated a very rapid recovery. Unemployment quickly fell back into the threes.
Where is it now?
3.7.
Okay.
So normally you wouldn't expect, just because you had a rapid recovery, for inflation to rise very much, if at all. But it turned out the pandemic had very special impacts on the economy. Remember, everybody stopped spending on services. They were in their homes for a year or more. They wanted to buy grills and office furniture. They were working from home. They suddenly started splurging on goods, buying technology. We were suddenly working through technology. And bottlenecks started developing where supply in particular important sectors of the economy just couldn't keep up with demand.
That's absolutely asinine. So wait a minute. Explain to me, then why are we still having a supply chain issue now?
Thank you.
Why did we have a supply chain issue with baby formula? The purchase of baby formula didn't change from pandemic and lockdown to non-lockdown. So why was there a purchase problem there? Why was there a problem for semiconductor chips? Because the lockdown didn't really change the purchase quantity of that. That kept going on as normal. So why was there a supply chain issue there? This is one of the most evil things. I think she's evil. I think she's absolutely evil. And I think it's evil to lie to people and blame them for the policies that you helped enact as part of this administration. To blame individuals for the consequence of policies they did not create is unforgivable. That people spent more money on, people were broke. They barely got a pittance after the government enacted eminent domain on their ability to generate income. So they couldn't even pay their bills. And if they tried, they were arrested. You had hairdressers arrested. People providing everyday services. If they tried to generate $1 to pay their mortgage or rent, they were arrested. People were fined. They were threatened with jail time if they didn't have a mask on their face. People didn't have the money to spend on all of the floof that she's talking about here. And even if they did, it was a one and done. They were broke. And then the government, as a head pat, said, well, we'll give you a little drop in the bucket of your cash back. Oh, how nice of you. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And then the restrictions and the regulations that they had on manufacturing contributed to supply chain crisis because you couldn't have people making the things that people were ordering. And our stupid regulation on the importation of baby formula, that contributed. The workers in ports and rail yards and everywhere else. I mean, the list goes on. That had nothing to do with what people were purchasing from home. That had everything to do with the restrictions and regulations this administration was implementing against these industries. And as Kane notes, and now they want to go after your $600 Venmo payment. Unbelievable. And of course, Yellen didn't miss a beat. She also blamed Russia for the increase in food and gas prices. It's not Joe Biden. Nothing about the multi-trillion-dollar spending bills. Nothing about the complete stoppage of energy and gas leasing. Nothing on that. Blaming the splurging. Now, while Nancy Pelosi was sitting in front of her freezers, her Sub-Zero freezers that are about $20,000 a pop, eating the most expensive ice cream that you can purchase, by the way, everybody else was going broke. Inexcusable.